No. Good morning. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us for another edition of the Morning Breeze, man. Always rocking with you guys, as always, man. Outside of me, I got my guy, Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, in the building.
It's just his face.
Like, what did you be talking about? What did it look like?
The thumbnail probably.
Oh, the glasses. All right, okay.
I got a nice picture of you on the thumbnail. Did a little AI to the picture. We look very smooth as humans.
All right.
Yeah, we're all right out here. Another morning. Breeze Nation, what's good? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Not gonna lie to you. Had a lot to drink last night.
Oh boy. Oh, here we go.
I'm on my
It's going to be a fun show today.
As you can see, I'm on my full Jim McMahon right now. Dark shade,
Glasses on.
and I still was up before Jordan JC.
Yeah, he was. He probably was.
Had to dangle a steak over his nose like the dog in Tom and Jerry.
Oh. Get your coffee. Oh, good. Let's get it.
I got plenty coffee.
Oh.
You got water.
Oh, dang. You came. Okay, prepared.
That's last night.
All right.
We got to talk about the Chicago Bears mock draft that ESPN has put out there, man. The date is 3/27/2025, 7:03 in the morning. And Brandon Rojas wants to know, what's the best cut of steak?
Ribeye.
That's right.
Hands down, ribeye.
That's what
although I've had a tomahawk steak that is very, very close to that, but come on now, it's ribeye.
Yeah, that's what you'll be buying me when we get Mason Graham at 10 here. Not according to this piece of garbage that came out on ESPN today.
Jesus.
Nothing like ribeye, though. You're not wrong.
Medium ribeye, baby.
Medium. Nothing wrong with that. What's good, y'all? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. You know what to do.
Come on. Push the button. Come on. Push the button. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push your button.
You heard what she said.
Y'all heard what Sue Young said. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review, man. JC, how you feeling this morning, my guy?
Oh, good, man. Hey, 3 days in a row. All good. Hey, and I agree. Hey, hands down ribeye, but I can go with the porterhouse steak as well, Coron. Or is it Corin? Appreciate you giving into the meat selections. I love it. My fellow meat men. I don't know if that's a pause, but
Jesus,
I'll go with it.
Took you 2.5
My meat squad. It's my meat squad. What else am I going to say? It's better than what I did yesterday, huh?
I don't know.
Little porterhouse steak.
I might take a little racism over that.
Oh, Jive and JC versus Meaty JC.
Jive and JC. I might take Jive and JC over what just
now I'm thinking we're going to put the timestamp on it.
JC, timestamp that.
Whatever.
My God.
Whatever.
Oh, ESPN dropped their mock draft, and let me tell you something. This is from Matt Miller, and I know, right? We always ESPN dropped their mock draft. It's a bunch of different people, but the latest mock draft from Matt Miller was just dropped, and he did a full 7-round mock. Nice mock. Actually, it's not a nice mock.
Very unrealistic, in my opinion.
I don't even know if it's unrealistic. It doesn't make sense for the Chicago Bears. It now doesn't make sense for the Chicago Bears is very Chicago Bears, but this is like a Ryan Poles learned nothing kind of mock draft. That's how it feels to me. To me, like we'll talk about it. We'll break it all down because it feels very Ryan Poles the last 4 years didn't learn his lesson.
Yeah.
And you just feel like, oh, we did it all in free agency. So that's why I titled this, kind of ignoring team needs here. Because that's how I feel about it right here. At 10, Chicago Bears take Ashton Jeanty, running back out of Boise State. All you Jeanty lovers.
Sounds like a new right to me.
Yeah, that's a nice cut of your jib right there.
That's right. That's
I said this is best case scenario for the Bears. Jeanty can do the same thing Jahmyr Gibbs did for Ben Johnson's offense in Detroit, but with more power. Jeanty is elite contact balance runner who does not go down on first contact. He can create his own rushing lanes and has speed to produce chunk plays. Jeanty is also a good receiving back with 43 catches for 5 touchdowns in 2023, which I do. Listen, I pointed that out a couple of times. I do feel like people ignore the fact that he also had 538 receiving yards.
Yeah.
While still having 1,300 rushing yards. So he's pretty good. Jeanty led after 2,750 all-purpose yards and could team with DeAndre Swift to give the Bears a fearsome run game. That, along with the interior offensive line, was bolstered with the acquisitions of guard Joe Tooney, Jonah Jackson, and Drew Dahlman can further aid second-year quarterback Caleb Williams' development. Fine. That's fine.
Yeah. You're okay with the first pick.
I don't like it, but I'm not a running backs in the first round guy, right?
Of course,
or
we
second,
know that.
or maybe third.
All right, okay.
I mean, I take him over a punter, but I'd like to get past the fourth if possible. We're not free and Tory today, are we? You didn't rewrite that.
No, I don't. I still got free me after yesterday. So,
are you meaty about the top 10 pick?
Well, of course, I have no problem with running back because I still feel like we're at a point where it's best player available. That's why when you say, is it ignoring team needs? That's what we need. We talked about yesterday that running back room being kind of subpar with the likes of a DeAndre Swift, with them not utilizing Roschon Johnson the last couple of years, with the Travis Homer and then Ian Wheeler coming back on the men. Like those 4 names don't wow you. DeAndre Swift doesn't wow you with his abilities, but if you put him in the right position, in the right scheme, where he can fit a need such as the second tier running back behind the main guy, then yeah, that's where I see him. And so when you pair him up with Ashton Jeanty that can do it all, can give you the all-purpose yards, can catch the ball out the backfield, is a decent blocker, really had an outstanding pro day from what I saw as well. Yeah, I can put DeAndre Swift in that second lane. So that I feel like that's a need. Now, the other picks we're going to get into, not necessarily, but as a start, sure. Running back, yes. Ashton Jeanty, Boise State all day, baby.
Now, I don't know why this made me laugh. Carl Martin's like, hey, pause.
Yeah, it sounds that was very respectful. That was respectful.
The combo was so respectful. Hey, pause. Come on.
Like he put his hand on my shoulder. Just hey, just stop for a second.
Now, here's where I do think this is idiotic once again, right? And we've talked about this a couple of times. 1, Cam Ward, 2, Abdul Carter, 3, Shedeur Sanders. So the Giants are just like quarterback, figure it out. Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, Shedeur Sanders. That's a black quarterback
crap. Yeah,
that's all shades of black in that quarterback room. I ain't gonna lie to you. You got young and saucy, you got prayerful, and then you got lame.
Young and saucy, prayerful, and lame.
Bro.
That's hilarious. That's a good breakdown.
Lame, but has Sierra. Listen, you can only be so lame with Sierra on your arm. Shout out to this man.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
4 is Travis Hunter. 5 is Graham to Jacksonville. 6
I don't like
to Toria McMillan, which is surprising to the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah.
7, how's your Membo? Armand Membo. 8, Jalen Walker. Edge out of Georgia.
I believe that one. Yeah, I don't know about that one.
To the Carolina Panthers here. 9, Jahdae Barron.
Yeah, I don't know about that one either.
Well, I mean, most of the quarterbacks are off the board, so I can see you going a different direction there. 10, Bears get Ashton
Johnson. Okay.
But no. Notice who I didn't say in that top 10. There was no Tyler Warren.
Mm-hmm.
There was no Will Campbell. Will Campbell goes 13 to the Dolphins.
Yeah.
You taking Jeanty over Will Campbell?
Well, I mean, for the purpose of our steak competition, no. I would love to take Will Campbell after he extended his arm somehow. You ever see the movie?
Hey,
What's the movie?
I was
The movie
talking
where
about
you
this
put your
yesterday.
arm in a stocks and then they rotate
Yeah.
the thing and extend. That's probably what he did for the last couple of weeks to turn it into from 32 and 5/8 to 33. Like he just made it. Now there's no excuses.
Hey, bro,
Like,
he ain't
what
got
are
no
we talking
elbows.
about?
He ain't got no elbows, bro. His
They're
elbows.
tucked in right there. They're kind of squeezed up into his
His
shoulders.
elbows, bro.
They're squeezed up into his shoulders. That's why they
That man-
get tricked.
That man arms go from wrist to shoulder.
As long as that man can block. He said, I ain't never had a problem with these shoulders now. Now all of a sudden, oh my
That's
God.
what I said, bro. I was talking about this last night. I was like, bro, watch the tape. He could be all body, no arms, bro, which is how some people think he's out here blocking. Somebody tweeted me that yesterday. Like, people think that he has no arms. Like, that's how people talk about him. I don't care if he got just hands coming out of the side. The man can block.
Raptor fingers. Yeah, exactly.
I can't. If
You can't see that
is,
fall off.
If Will Campbell is on the board, I don't understand how the Chicago Bears don't go Will Campbell.
I agree with that.
If
Over
you're
running
even
back.
saying
Yeah.
BPA,
Yeah.
Will Campbell is the best player available at 10 on the board. And I've seen a couple of people at ESPN do this. Mel Kiper did this as well.
Well, here's where I would disagree. I'm with you. I would take Will Campbell over Ashton Jeanty. Don't get me wrong. Not even for the challenge or because that would complete our offensive line. You bring in competition with Braxton Jones automatically, and Karan Amageji is coming back from certain injuries. So you're going to probably have him as the starting left tackle, and that would complete the overhaul of the offseason, and I would be completely happy with that moving forward instead of a running back. However, I think because if you're saying is best player available, more so you're taking the number 1 running back versus the number, 2 or 3 tackle, because Armand Membo has moved up, and maybe another one has moved up and ahead. Well, no, he'd probably be number 2.
I was saying, I think Membo is the number 1 tackle who's off the board. I think that Will Campbell is the number 1 left tackle. And there's people that will argue that
Membo
Josh
is
Simmons,
right
they'll
tackle.
say,
You're right.
They'll say, right, all these, but right now, as the board stands, Josh Simmons ain't going top 10.
No, that's
you know
not
what
happening.
I mean? And Josh Connerly is your other left tackle in there, right? Armand Membo's a right tackle. I think that Will Campbell is the number 1 left tackle on the board.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, with the latest news, I think he's kind of solidified himself in the top 10. I don't think he gets past Chicago. And so we're going to have a choice maybe between him and Jeanty. A lot of people are saying Jeanty might go to the Raiders. So, we'll see.
I don't really believe Jeanty is going to be a real issue for us. I think there's going to be a lot of people when that 6th pick comes around and just, no.
Yeah, they're going to cry, and then they're going to be happy when we pick Will Campbell. Yeah.
I'm going to be sitting there and be like, I bet you thought you were getting Ashton Jeanty, didn't you?
Why? Oh, why?
Why? It's going to be fun.
Hey, facts, Joe. Complete my people movers. I mean, I would not be happy. I mean, I would not be mad at the fact that, we've completed all 5 offensive linemen in one fellow off season. Drew Dahlman, Joe Tooney, Jonah Jackson, Darnell Wright, and Will Campbell. That's nice.
Bro, I was laughing about this yesterday, and you kind of brought it up earlier, right? Like Will Campbell with the 33-inch arm length. Like the conversation that has changed because his arms measured at 33 inches. I do not care. Watch the tape.
3/8 more than what they claim to. 32 and 5/8 to 33 is not that big of a difference.
I should have brought. I should have brought it. I meant to bring. Maybe I do.
Because what I heard is that the ideal length for a left tackle is 34. A lot of teams, a lot of scouts want to see 34 arm length. I'm like, does that matter at the same time? Because, I'm pretty sure, what is Braxton Jones' arm length? He could be
35 and 7/8.
35 and 7/8. And none of it matters because
he's got vines for arms.
He's got vines, but he doesn't use them. And he gets knocked into the quarterback all the time. So none of that matters at the end of the day. It's about technique. It's about the stop. Like, come on.
Well, I got all the arms in the world to go backwards. Oh no.
Yeah. Hey, Doug Key, I like that. Yeah. Who has some of the same arm length that's him in the league? Rashawn Slater, Panay Sewell. You like those guys? Case closed.
Yeah, that was me yesterday talking about that. Like the arm length conversation is just like you didn't watch a single snap of any of his football at LSU.
Yeah. Where
he's going up against basically what still is NFL caliber competition all the time. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you know that guy that got drafted above him in this mock draft, Jalen Walker? Yeah, he played against him.
Yep.
Did a good job.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. It's weird to me. It's weird to me. I saw this stat. Where's somebody dropped the stat that this one here, Bears Junkie. I read somewhere left tackles have a 80% fail rate with arms under 33 inches. I would bet you that left tackles have an 80% fail rate. I would bet you that left tackles just fail a lot in football. Because let's be real, when people are like, Braxton Jones is a top 10 left tackle in the NFL, I would argue with you there's not 10 good left tackles in the NFL. You got 6 maybe. And then the list starts to get real murky real quick. It's a difficult position to find. That's why it's so coveted. That's why you take chances on stumpy arms over here. But let's keep this thing moving along, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. In the second round, who will the Chicago Bears take?
Oh, boy. Here we go.
We're going to take a quick break. Let's do a word from our sponsors. And when we come back, you'll see why I'm even more pissed off in this second round. Well, that morning, this episode of The Morning Breeze. I'm sick of this place. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. We'll be right back right after this. Go get your food. In 3, 2, 1, run. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching the show. Today's episode of the podcast is brought to you by Aura. Have you ever done a Google search on your own name? You'd be surprised what pops up. Your full name, email address, home address, health records, your relatives. It's all out there. And that's why I've been using Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura shows me which data brokers are selling my information and automatically submits opt-out requests just for me. Cleaning up my information not only helps reduce the amount of spam I get, but it protects me from hackers who could use that information to help them access my social media, bank accounts, and other sensitive information. It's really simple to set up. I don't have to download several apps or go to things like antivirus, VPN, password management, parental controls, identity theft, but you can get all of that in one place with Aura. I get everything at one affordable price as well. You may already have one or two of these tools, but not having Aura is like leaving the front door locked while leaving the back door and windows wide open. For you to be able to take advantage of Aura, we got a special deal for you here today. Stop data brokers from exposing your personal information. Go to my sponsor at https://aura.com/the Windy City. Again, that is aura.com/the Windy City to get a 14-day free trial and see how much of your information is being sold. Oh, you feeling better?
Oh, yeah.
You a matcha guy?
Oh, yeah, I'm a little matcha guy.
You're a matcha guy.
White chocolate mocha, refresher guy.
You're a matcha guy, huh? A matcha.
I switch it up every now and then at Starbucks.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. The matcha sales in the black community since that video came out have gone through the roof. But nobody knew about matcha. Muz wasn't rocking with matcha like that.
Yeah, I do like a matcha.
Matcha guy. I'm not a matcha guy. Not a matcha guy. Hey, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in and show love, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. 192 live on the YouTube side, 38 likes on the video. Let's get it up over 100 likes, man. If you ain't hit that like button, hit that mic.
Come on.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in to show love. We are currently, by the way, Jordan JC, over 100 in the shade. Over 200 in the shade. 200. Oh, he's got his coffee. He's excited.
Good morning.
Talking about ESPN's 7-round mock. Nice mock. I don't know if it is a nice mock.
We're about to get crazy now.
To me, this mock comes up short. Short mock's not good.
Oh, don't put it on the
Take
table.
that for what you will. Now, I do like this pick. 39th overall. Chicago Bears take Kenneth Grant out of Michigan. I have no idea why he's still on the board in this mock draft.
I was about to say that's a pipe dream.
I have no idea how he falls this far, but sure. Hey, listen, ESPN mock, I'll believe anything you tell me. Some people that rose up in the draft, I don't know about rose up, but rose up a little higher to get back in the first round. Donovan Iziriku in there. Trey Amos, DB out of Ole Miss, is in there. Excuse me. Gray Zabel is in the first round, who I don't know if that flies up. Shamar Stewart, late first round pick there. Jackson Dart goes to the Rams at 26. Yeah. Is there anybody else that's surprising here? Just for you, Jimmy Hoffa, the Packers get Kelvin Banks Jr. Talk about stumpy arms.
Jackson Dart to the Rams. Yeah,
Jackson Dart to the Rams.
That makes sense. You know, you need your starting. You need your next guy after Stafford goes. That makes sense. I guess.
But Kenneth Grant to the Chicago Bears, 39th overall here, said the Bears added Grady Jarrett in free agency, but they could use a one technique who can collapse the pocket, push the pile in the run game. The 331-pound Grant would fill that need with his elite quickness and tools. He has the power to anchor in the run game and the movement necessary to slip past blockers as a pass rusher. Grant is also elite at knocking passes down with 11 pass breakups over the past 2 seasons. The Bears are better on the line now than when the offseason began, but Grant would raise their ceiling even more. I like that. I like that. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Kenneth Grant, if he's there at 39, I think it's a smart move to take him. Listen, when you talk about the size in the middle of that offensive line that teams are going to have to deal with, he's 6'3", 339. You've got Javon Dexter already, who's 6'6". What I don't even know what the weight on him, his updated weight is.
No, he's ridiculous. Yeah, and then big man Billings, then Grady Jarrett
down a little bit, but he's still a monster of man. 6'6", 312 is what they list him at here. I think he actually is probably closer to 3, but 312 is what they got him listed at here. Yeah. But I mean, listen, like, to me, good pick, solid pick, makes sense. If he's on the board, you take him. I got no beef. Let's go to 41. For the 41. Chicago Bears take Xavier Watts, safety out of Notre Dame. What's said here is free safety Kevin Byard III's leadership is key. He's a third? I thought he was a second. All right. Kevin Byard III's leadership is key, but he's entering his age 32 season, so it's time for the Bears to think about a replacement like Watts, who collected 16 interceptions over the past 2 seasons and who won the Bronco Nagrowski award in 2023.
Yeah.
Don't do it again.
What do you mean? What are you trying to say, Pat?
Don't do it again. Don't do it again.
What's wrong with a little Watts? Nothing wrong with a little Xavier Watts.
Listen. Still got Walter Nolan on the board. Although
you just took Kenneth Grant.
I guess in theory you did address that. James Pierce Jr. is still on the board here.
Yeah, I would want to line
still on the board here. Why are we going safety? There's so many linemen still on the board. By the way, I'm going to be losing it the entire time we're doing this. Oh, by the way, out of LSU, if you want to pair a couple of LSU partners in there, which I would still take over safety. Mason Taylor still on the board there.
Okay.
Tight end at LSU.
Okay.
Like, I'm sorry, dog. Like, oh no, Mason Taylor was off the board. My bad. Mason Taylor was off the board. But like, I'm sorry. Like, there's too much talent on the line out here for us to be worrying about safeties.
Here's my thing, because I see a name that I would love over Xavier Watts. That's
Caleb Johnson. You're doubling down on the running back.
Oh, Iowa. That's right. We're doubling up. That's no, actually, it would be the edge out of Texas A&M. Nick Gordon is supposedly going to drop all the way to 60 to the Detroit Lions. I would take him in a heartbeat over Xavier Watts. Now, here's my only. I'll give a little bit of an excuse for Xavier Watts, because based off of the what Matt Miller is saying here, as far as Kevin Bayard, is that your 33 arm length?
I probably got a 33 arm length. Yeah, I got to see what kind of arm length I'm working with here. I probably got a long.
Are you well?
Got some long arms. I've hugged everyone in a photo before.
Jeez,
I've hugged everyone in a photo before.
But my thing is, like, if you're going with Xavier Watts as safety, I understand the reasoning behind it. I'm not saying it's an immediate need. We still got Kevin Bayard. He came off of a really good season as a tackler. Obviously, I already talked about the veteran leadership, the locker room presence, fairly healthy for his age, but he is going into his 32-year-old season, or he's 32 years old now. And so there's the concern of, okay, do you want the next guy up that's going to replace him? Now, I understand at the same time, we got some depth already there at safety. You know, you have a Jonathan Owens there. You know, you have some people that are already, you know, familiar with the scheme. And so why would you take Xavier Watts? Well, Xavier Watts is an elite safety in his own right out of Notre Dame. You talk about all the interceptions. He could be probably the next coming of a Kevin Bayard. So I understand why you would go that route. However, with the names on the board, I would do it differently. I would definitely worry about the depth of edge over the depth of safety first.
And listen, here's the thing. None of these mugs are bad.
No.
Like there's going to be there's going to be picks that are made that I feel the Bears should have gone a different position at that are still good players. Xavier Watts is a phenomenal player.
Yeah.
And does he replace what Kevin Bayard was supposed to be last season? Yes, he does. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that he doesn't bring that. He's got 6 interceptions last season in college, had 7 interceptions the season before. Like he's a baller. He's a ball hawk. He is better tackling Eddie Jackson.
Like that.
But I can live with Kevin Bayard for another year.
Right.
When we have a draft again, and there are also safeties available who are ball hawks. If I've got my trenches set for years to come. I love Kenneth Grant. But if you're telling me in the second round, James Pierce Jr. is there, the reason that he's falling and falling out of a lot of people's mocks is a little bit of motor issues. Doesn't get home enough. He is kind of a one-trick pony. He is, I'm faster than you and I'm gonna get around you. Except he's not faster than you, gonna get around you, and going to catch the mobile quarterback. You're telling me you can get him in the second round?
Yeah, they got him at 49. Yeah.
And get Dennis Allen's hands on him and let him figure some things. Like, come on, dog. What are we doing? And the Bears, we're going safety. Like, that is what we've talked about Ryan Poles being. Right? Your focus is not in the right places here. Now, this is a completely different scenario. Off season, you have focused a ton on the trenches in the draft. You've even addressed a piece in the trenches here, but you're going luxury with the running back at 10. You're going luxury with safety at 41 in my mind.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. You're like, whenever you're addressing depth, I feel like that's luxury. Like when you got the guys that are going to be the starters, and then you're still drafting a guy behind them that has really good talent. That's luxury. Yeah,
you're not about to bench Kevin Bayard. Now, I would say maybe he does fit in kind of where Jaquan is at, but I would tell you that more than likely they're going to roll out there with Jaquan and hope for the best because Jaquan's really good. They want to keep him here.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I do want to tell you why I think James Pierce Jr., you mentioned that name, would be a steal. I know somebody mentioned that, and I totally agree. The issues that I think he has as an edge rusher, I feel like if you get him with the Dennis Allen and some of the notes that Matt Miller brings out in his breakdown of James Pierce is he's slightly undersized at 6'5", 245 pounds.
He is.
Yeah, at edge. Now, we just got rid of Jack Sanborn.
How many steaks we talking here?
I mean, hey, if you put a good porterhouse in them a few times, a good ribeye, have a good diet of meat over maybe a month of meat, I'll call it meat month. Then maybe
The
James
meat
Pierce
month
can
is
bulk
crazy.
up a little bit. But you put him, I transition him to maybe like a Khalil Mack role where he can stand up. He'll be that Jack Sanborn, role. He has the speed. 4.47.
Oh, he's a pure pass rusher. He's a third down
I would
rusher.
love for him to be in the replacement of a Jack Sanborn. If you're talking about team needs, linebacker is where you probably need to address things. We talked about the only person in that room when we gave grades, being Edwards. Yeah. Edmonds has been a failure or has been not living up to his potential, and everybody else, Noah Sewell, whoever else we got in the Jordan, whoever you said back there, like that room is weak. And so if you want to transition him to maybe the linebacker room, I'm fine with the James Pierce going. But Xavier Watts is a luxury.
Well, listen, right now he's a third round edge rusher. He's a third down edge rusher. He's somebody who I think is a pure, just your goal right now is to get to the quarterback, pin your ears back and get there.
Right.
But I'm not taking him 10. I'm talking about taking him 41. Like, again, I get that safety is an important position, but safety's lives are made a heck of a lot easier when a quarterback's getting his head taken off and he's trying to throw the football up there.
Yeah.
A lot of those Bojack picks, not just Bojack running through and snatching that mug away. It was Khalil Mack, Akeem Hicks, Robert Quinn on one of them, getting pressure in the face of a quarterback and causing the quarterback to throw the football in a manner that made it very easy for Bojack to go out there and be like, ha, to the house. It's just, it's again, like, to me, I get it. People don't want it. People don't like the not sexy picks.
Mm-hmm.
But the not sexy picks is how the Chicago Bears built the 85 Bears. The not sexy picks is how the Philadelphia Eagles have the ability to let half of their linemen go. And we still go, yeah, they still got some dogs on the defensive line. Like, that's how you stay relevant in the NFL.
Yeah, absolutely. No, you do stay relevant that way. It's insane. A lot of these names, and I actually did a little bit of a deep dive on one of these names. We're talking about team needs and linebacker. I actually saw it in the chat. Doug Key, you read my mind. I actually watched highlights of this guy, a very familiar name in sports.
Here we go.
A Chris Paul Jr. out of Ole Miss, linebacker.
Oh,
Very
Chris Paul
undersized.
had another son?
Yeah, he had another son, a secret
Plays football,
son. Plays football at Ole Miss. And if you look at the tape, man, he doesn't look as bulky as he should be, but man, he packs a punch. He does not allow any sort of movement. When he tackles. He's a short tackler. I've seen him knock people twice his size out of the way.
What's he not doing in the backfield there, JC?
No, he's not shucking and jiving.
Oh, dang it.
Dang.
Come on, JC.
He's not dancing around. He's not doing two steps. He's getting straight to the quarterback.
Yeah.
But no, again, when you're talking about team needs, there's a lot of people here, and the further we go, I know we'll probably get into 72. I do not like the 72nd pick, but you jiving off the screen now. Really, is that what we're doing? Oh boy. I'll never live it down. But 72, when we get into it, cornerback, I'm not understanding this.
Because not only are we taking a safety, but let's double down. Let's not address the trenches at all again in this draft. At 72, the Chicago Bears take Jacob Parrish, cornerback, Kansas State. Once again, good player. Good player.
Yeah, but why?
The quarterback position occupied by Tyreek Stevenson could be up for grabs soon. Parrish is fast, feisty, and has inside-out ability.
Okay. That sounds like Tyreek Stevenson.
Let's talk about this right here. Let's talk about this, right? Jesus Christ, I need a haircut.
You like me?
Yeah, I am. Let's have a conversation. So the rookie that you're going to take 72 is not only going to come in and compete for Tyreek Stevenson's job, but he's going to jump all the way over Terrell Smith, who has already taken Tyreek Stevenson's job a couple of times. And by the way, Jalen Reed's still on the board here. Could have got safety later if you wanted to. He's going to jump Terrell Smith. He's going to take Tyreek Stevenson's job, and we're going to have two good young corners sitting behind Jacob Parrish. That's the conversation we're having right now.
Yeah.
This is idiotic. It's not realistic. It's like if you're going to put these out, and Matt Miller usually does a really good job.
No, love Matt Miller.
But if you're going to put these out, and Ariante Arce is still on the board, Isaiah Bond is still on the board.
There it is. That was my gripe right there. Two picks later.
Hey,
Isaiah Bond.
Hey, you want to know who went 77 to the New England Patriots via Atlanta? Princely Umani Maliunum. Still on the board.
Still there.
Yeah, I don't know what he was using for this mock draft program, but maybe.
Jack
Jalen Miller
is still there.
But like, it's just like, come on, dog.
Yeah.
If the Bears do this, Ryan Poles has learned nothing. If this is the direction the Bears go, Ryan Poles learned nothing.
Yeah, there's a lot of head scratchers here. I would prioritize. I guess it's about the prioritizing of what do you need. You know, we know at 10.
We know what we need.
We know what we need. We
need
more,
need DBs.
Address more of the trenches. You know, you don't need no any more cornerbacks. They're developing Tyreek Stevenson. Tyreek Stevenson's not going anywhere, even though I wanted him to be gone as soon as we left Washington in week 7, I believe it was. That's not happening anymore. Al Harris is going to literally put his hands on him and knock him out if he acts up again. This is not an issue.
I'm not going to
Yeah. Al Harris is going to, hey man, you better get it together. So no, this is a little far-fetched. I wouldn't go this route. But hey, we'll see how it pans out.
Here's the thing, and I think this is a valid conversation to have. Is it far-fetched for what we've seen from Ryan Poles? Is it far-fetched from how Ryan Poles has gone about building his teams? No. Where I think it's far-fetched is you're basically saying the influence of the additions that you made this offseason and the coaching staff did nothing. In a room that has Jalen Johnson, Tyreek Stevenson, Terrell Smith, Kyler Gordon, Josh Blackwell, who have all started for the Chicago Bears and have all done well in their own right. And you added Nick McLeod. In the room that has Kevin Byard, Jonathan Owens, Jaquan Brisker, Elijah Hicks, Travarius Moore had some solid reps last year at safety. We're going DBs again. Like you're basically saying Ryan Poles learned absolutely nothing and that the effect of Ben Johnson, the effect of Dennis Allen means nothing to this team.
But that's
Right.
where I find it unrealistic. I don't find it realistic now that Ryan Poles would just somehow abandon ship. We've had a really good offseason. You've addressed so many things quickly. You've addressed the offensive line quickly. You've addressed the defensive line quickly. You've addressed the depth on both ends quickly. And you have more of a chance to put even more depth on the trenches. And so why would you go just off script and do something like get another safety or get another cornerback when we've already had that solidified for the last couple of years?
Yeah, I mean, listen, and at no point do you address it. In the 5th round, he goes Elijah Badger, wide receiver out of Florida.
No. You got Isaiah Bond there. Nope.
And the yeah, right. You got Isaiah Bond there, but now we're gonna get the wide receiver. We got our guy here. I don't think we have a 6th round pick right now. No, we don't. And then I mean, the 7th round, we take Luke Latchkey, tight end out of Iowa. I do like an Iowa tight end.
Luke Latchkey. By the way, did you see your guy's name there? 8 spots from Mr. Irrelevant in the 7th round, going to Kansas City, I believe.
Is that Willie?
Willie Lampkin, baby.
Willie Lampkin making
The
it.
Willie
Lampkin. Come
Lampkin.
on, Willie. Willie. That's it, friend. Taking him. Come on, Willie. I want Willie.
Hey, you take him in the 7th, though. Take Willie. Take Willie Lampkin.
I want Willie.
Now that's a need. That's your need right there.
There's my need right there. You ignored Willie Lampkin. You could have got some offensive line.
Would you take him over Xavier Watts?
You know what? I ain't gonna lie to you. That would piss me off. You'd go no trenches the entire draft, but then you take Willie Lampkin in the 7th round. It's like, I'm happy, but also why?
Just to piss you off.
Willie could play running back.
The most undersized lineman in the world. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's hilarious.
Let us know how you feel about the mock draft, man. This was horrible. This is one of the worst mocks I've seen. I'm sorry. I get it. We work for the same company. But I can't blow smoke up your skirt on that one. That was a horrible mock draft. If the Bears do that, I leave. There's not much the Bears could do where I would leave the draft upset. I would have like a million Tory Taylor clips. like my face last year with Tory Taylor when I was like, did they take a punter in the 4th round just now?
Yeah.
Like that would be me the second we took Xavier Watts, the second we doubled down and took Jacob Parrish. Like, there's no way, bro. There's no way. But
well, I don't know if we're going to do it, but this calls for a 3rd mock draft of the Windy Breeze.
The Windy Breeze? There's no city in there, just
no city. It's just, no Chicago at all, just Windy Breeze. No, Windy City Breeze mock draft 3.0.
Blaze
long
snapper in the 3rd.
Got the joke. I've been noticing this man's comments in the chat ever since he's been coming in here. Blaze and Doug's got jokes, man. This dude is hilarious. Long snapper. Yeah. Even I wouldn't do that. Come on now.
Hey, listen, it'd be the best 3rd round pick the Bears had. Under Ryan Poles. I know he'd play.
Not at all.
Oh, God. That was horrible, bro. That was a bad way to start my morning. That started me off pissed off. Not the rest of the day's shot. Hey, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. We gonna get up out of here. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Don't let this happen. For Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC. It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Right out. One love.
I got to be thinking about a burger on a 99-cent double stack, Osiris. First of all, those double stacks do be slamming. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not even finna sit here in front. The double stacks are amazing. Stay meaty, my friends.
Windy Breeze sound like you ate beans with your steak.
I don't know why I didn't say city.